So then Rachel Maddow, to her credit, she brings on a Sanders supporter who was an organizer, who had put out a statement about this. And watch how this starts off. This is very curious. You tell me.
Thank you. I appreciate the fact that y'all reached out to the people who actually were on the other side of this, unlike.
So kudos to Rachel. She brings on. So nobody else has been doing this, by the way. Nobody else brought on Sanders supporters to talk about this. They did bring on people from the Sanders campaign, but here's someone who was actually there on the ground at the convention, and they bring her on after they just gave all that time to Ralston, right? And here's what she says. She says, thanks for having me on.
Our influencer, Jon Ralston, who is in the local, who has contact with us and had the opportunity to reach out to us and get the fair side of the story. And I appreciate the fact that you actually did that. Thank you.
So are you beefing with Jon Ralston that you haven't spoken to him before right now?
I mean, I like Jon Ralston. I think that he's an interesting guy, and I think that he had a unique opportunity knowing the exact people who were involved. And as to what happened on Saturday, I sent him a press release as to what we put out, and he neglected to contact us and see what our side of the story was. So
I don't know if you noticed what just happened. So she just accused the dean of reporting of doing horrible reporting. Like, hey, you didn't reach out to the people who were there who have the other side of the story. That's bad reporting. You're supposed to report the other side of the story, and you can put it in whatever frame you want with that's accurate. But he didn't even reach out to them.
Yeah, but didn't you just see his smirk?
So then, then as she accuses him of doing that, do you notice he didn't contradict her? Do you notice he didn't say, yes, I did reach out. Oh, I talked to plenty of people. Oh, I did my blah, blah, blah. Oh, I did get the other side. He just sat there and he smirked. He didn't push back. So I bet you Rachel's going to go, wait a minute. The dean of Las Vegas journalism just got called out by this activist for doing horrible journalism. Is that true, John? Did you not talk to them? Did you not reach out before you started spewing all your accusations based on nothing? I bet you that's what Rachel says to him. Let's see if that's what Rachel says to him.
I still welcome him to, have a conversation with us about it and try and see if we can clean up some of these politics and actually have the Democratic Party end up being a party of unity and inclusion. But until then, the offer's out there.
Well,
okay, here she goes. Rachel's going to go right at him.
I will offer to pay the beer bill for both of you when all of this is over. But Angie, while we've got...
No, Rachel, no. These aren't two people on a baseball team who aren't getting along. This is a reporter who just got called out for doing horrible journalism and for spewing falsehoods on your show that you gave him a platform to do. She just called him out. He didn't disagree with her. You saw it happen. And by the way, Rachel's a Rhodes Scholar. Nothing gets past Rachel. So if something happens that I notice, she noticed. Because I'm a dumb guy, C student, went to mediocre schools. She's a Rhodes Scholar. She's super on top of it. That didn't slip by her. She decided not to. She decided not to ask Jon Ralston that.
I disagree. I think that what she did was she just went, oh, yeah, because he's basically a Clinton representative. He's not a journalist. At some point, you guys are going to have to sit down and talk.
No, he's not a Clinton representative. He's a journalist.
I know.
Oh.
The point is that I think that Rachel Maddow already just knows, he's basically a Clinton shill. So at some point, you guys are going to have party unity because he's a shill for Clinton.
Okay. I thought you were saying something else.
Like she's already
right.
She knows the skinny.
Yeah, and Ralston's very good at mansplaining. Anyway, I think he did a very good job here.
That's kind of, I don't want to make too much out of that, and I applaud Rachel for bringing her on. More than other people.
This is Angie Morelli.
And by the way, much more than Jon Ralston did, who she refers to as the dean of reporting. But that just happened right in front of you. He just got called out for not telling the other side of the story. By the way, you just heard the other side of the story. Is that going to shake it up for you? I don't know. Let's see if she says what else let's see. Here we go. Ready?
Obviously, you've heard that there's been a lot of reaction nationwide to what happened this weekend in Nevada. The Nevada Democratic Party says that the Sanders supporters' reaction to what happened there was inappropriate. The Democratic National Committee has put out a statement of concern based on what they heard from the Nevada Democratic Party. Senator Sanders has put out multiple statements on this. Harry Reid has put out multiple statements on this. Do you think that things got out of hand this weekend and that the behavior at that convention was inappropriate?
I think that if we were to look at Saturday, Hillary Clinton did not win.
By the way, they're showing that stupid B-roll the whole time, right? They're showing that B-roll of people doing nothing.
Everybody in that room has a camera.
Yes.
Where's the footage?
Where's the footage of the violence, of the people rushing the stage, of the chairs being thrown? There's no. They keep showing that BS B-roll of people just going like this and yelling. There's not, and we don't even know. Anyway, so here we go.
Did, because what happened was that you took half of this is what happened is we had 4,000 of the most passionate people in this valley who got in a room together, and you put them in this confined space for 15 plus hours, and who had little access to food, and had 3 bars outside of the convention center that were put there specifically for us. And I don't know in what other situation where that wouldn't have created high emotions. I think that if you look at the videos, I have not seen a video of anybody throwing chairs at one person or another. I have seen a video of somebody picking up a chair and somebody on Team Bernie asking them to set it down and getting a hug from the person who had picked up the chair. So I think that a lot of the rhetoric behind the violent Bernie Sanders protesters here in Nevada is grossly over-exaggerated, especially considering the only assault I know of is the assault that took place on a Hillary supporter shoving me for trying to de-escalate her screaming at our volunteers for picking up ballots.
So wait a minute. So now she I'm sure what's going to happen here, because you just saw what happened, is that you had an actual live person who seems credible, came on, first called out the journalist for not doing good journalism, didn't disagree with her, so she's gotten that right. Rachel ignores it. And now she just said, by the way, the story that he's telling is completely wrong. 100%. In fact, I'll give you a real account of real violence. Me. Somebody assaulted me. And I'm sure Rachel's going to go, whoa, wait a minute, John, you've been reporting this all wrong and you were assaulted? No one, what? This is a big story. We're making news here. The Clinton campaign's people were assaulting you? You mean it wasn't the other way around? Is that what she's going to say? Let's see if that's what she's going to say.
In terms of what happened here, I want to race to the.
Here, let's see. Let's get a head start and make sure. Let's see what she says.
To de-escalate her screaming at our volunteers for picking up ballots.
In terms of what happened here, I want to race to the end of the story.
So she just ignores everything that woman just said. Rachel just ignored everything she said. She didn't go. So you're saying she didn't say, wait, let me clear this up. You're saying everything everybody's reporting is wrong? Yeah, and then you were assaulted, but you didn't. And by the way, John, do you have any videotape of chairs being thrown or violent? No, you don't have it. So I guess maybe I have to go with you because we don't have any evidence. We'd have nothing. We haven't have. In fact, this B-roll thing we keep playing on my own show doesn't show any violence. Doesn't show anything. And when you were assaulted, Rachel just ignores all of it. All of it. She ignores all of it. Hey, I'm not saying. But believe me, it's not an accident. Nothing slips by Rachel Maddow. She's a Rhodes Scholar. Here we go.
Go to the last chapter in this book and find out whether the Democratic Party is actually in much worse shape.
So she just goes, hey, I just want to, again, let's talk about something else. Let's not talk about the real story here, which is the whole establishment Democratic Party is cheating and they're okay with it. And for some reason, the establishment press is now going along with them. Isn't that weird? The establishment press is also pushing a false narrative. That's the story. That's the story. And she goes, I want to go past all that stuff. And let's just talk about something. No. Now, am I wrong about this, Jim? Do you think Rachel missed that? Or do you think that you tell me.
Well, I really can't comment on that because she did do the foreword of my hit book.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I think it really says a lot when Morning Joe on this network is the voice of reason concerning this subject.
You're right, because I'm not going to play that tape in this segment, but we will in another. Morning Joe actually got this story way more right than the nighttime MSNBC hosts did. Am I correct?
And they've gotten the Bernie Sanders story correct.
They've gotten Bernie Sanders right. They understand
more often
than not. They understand in fact, I've seen Morning Joe where they talk about the enthusiasm for Bernie. Yes, Steph?
Just so you know, Jimmy, today Jon Ralston tweeted, I'll be on MSNBC at 10 a.m. providing thoroughly biased commentary. Tune in.
Oh, that's hilarious, John. That's like he's not even embarrassed. You know why? Because he's committing acts of non-journalism in defense of the establishment. So guess what? No price to be paid for that. There'll be no price for Jon Ralston to be. And Ben, I can't wait till I bump into Jon Ralston.
No price to be paid. You kidding me? It's going to be profitable.
No, it's profitable. And there will come a day when I will bump into Jon Ralston and things will happen. I'll tell you. You want to see a chair fly? We'll be reporting.
That's more man dissension from the Hillary quarters.